threat of disaster is never pleasant.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers podcast.
These safety measures are essential.
The only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment.
This will be your source of survival instructions and information. Every member of the family must be coached in the business of survival.
Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Yeah,
It's happening.
it is, man. I don't like having a week off.
No, it feels weird.
It feels weird. I don't like it. I'm like, what am I
Your
supposed
voice
to do?
got deeper.
I know.
And
I hit puberty since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got
man.
voice surgery.
Yeah.
Just trying to clear
More
it.
manly.
Yeah.
You went to Vegas.
I did
How
go to
was it?
Vegas. Man, I don't care what anybody says. Vegas is fun.
There's lots of fun stuff to do.
And I don't I took my
Like they
family.
have so many strip clubs.
Yeah.
And like on every corner.
That's the thing. Everybody's
I know.
like,
Yeah.
it's like a play place for adults.
For the adults, yeah.
But honestly, there's a ton for families.
There's so much.
Like we hit a bunch of museums. We
Mhm.
went to like this big outdoor like I don't even know what it's called.
Desert.
It's like a big wildlife
Oh,
refuge
yeah.
type thing. Massive though, like tons of stuff to do.
Yeah.
We were just like running like to
Hey.
places to try and get it all in.
Dude, yeah, we go to
I will
Vegas
say-
every few years.
Yeah, I will say it's cleaner there than I remember in high school.
Oh, it's
There's
more family
security.
friendly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So good job, Las Vegas.
Well done. Better
Yeah.
than
Sorry,
LA.
LA.
Better in LA.
People are
that's
fleeing
awesome.
LA to come to Vegas.
Yeah. Also, guess what happened? Just barely. We dropped a trailer for this podcast. Is a secret.
That is
It's
true.
out,
That's a good trailer.
dude.
It makes me so like I
Amped
want to
up.
know all the secrets.
I'm amped up.
Yeah.
So that is available. You can go subscribe now on all podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Go hit subscribe. So next month, May 16th, when that first episode drops, you're the first one to get it in your ear holes.
I am?
Well, yeah. You're going to get probably a month preview before anyone else does. But everybody else will be able to get it on May 16th. So make sure you go hit subscribe on This Podcast is a Secret. Go follow on Instagram, TikTok.
We are going to make
YouTube.
it worth your time.
Dude, we got plans, schemes. We're
The
getting ready-
government's going to shut us down.
most likely that's our goal. Our
Yeah.
goal is to get shut down by the government.
Be so clear
Yeah,
and get into the details so
Yeah.
deep they're going to be like, we're going to shut them down.
this ain't working.
Guess what, boys?
Biden's starting to notice the secrets are getting out.
Yeah.
So we got to do
This
something. about it.
podcast ain't no secret anymore.
No.
The government owns it.
So we're excited. Make sure you go check that out.
Yeah. I am super
Well, we're excited about today too because we're back in action with Casual Preppers. Again, I'm sorry about my voice.
Sounds great.
This is annoying.
Sounds fine.
But what are we
Better,
talking about?
Actually, I want you to keep this
Actually, it
cold.
doesn't even sound like you. I like it. What are we talking about today, Cameron?
Well, left medicine to come talk about more medicine.
Man, beautiful.
But for preppers, I mean, it's a massive part of your plan. It should be anyway. Like prepper storage of, all the stuff. Like we're going to talk about the different little kits and things like that and items and what you need because there's a lot of stuff out there.
Dude, there's so
and so
much.
hopefully this will narrow it down a little, maybe.
Yeah,
But
I think it should.
We want to go over those like essentials for each of those kits and stuff.
Yeah, we're excited about that. But before we get to that, I got to tell you about BattleBox. It's the monthly subscription box full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, and casual preppers. Each month, BattleBox sends you the coolest selection of handpicked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you'd normally pay. You never know what's in the next box, but here's a sampling of what users received this month. The SOG entrenching tool.
We don't have that.
Yeah, we do. It's coming.
Oh,
It's on its
sweet.
way right now. And the Concase Rampage Edition.
So is it like a watertight?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Put
Yeah,
your
it's
medical
like a-
gear in there.
It's going to be perfect for something like this. It's like a Pelican case, but cooler.
Sweet.
And they have all these fancy, cool
colors.
colors. Yeah, we've got one before from BattleBox.
Have we
It's
really?
been a while, though. Remember, I made my little knife box out of it.
Oh,
So I cut
that's
the
it.
things. Yeah,
yeah.
It's one of those.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah, all this badassness starts at just $34.99 per month. They've shipped over 1 million boxes, and they won Best Subscription Box of 2020. Our listeners get a free knife when you sign up at battlebox.com/casual preppers. Get your first BattleBox plus a free knife at
Listener
battlebox.com/casual
reviews
preppers.
starts now.
I got this new mic arm, and I'm trying to figure out how I hit my buttons
I don't
and
know.
getting around. It's been tricky today.
I wanted to reach around. I want that to come in.
Yeah. I'm gonna ignore that. I want to move on because we're talking about
Yeah.
listener
Man,
review.
BattleBox is killing it though.
Dude,
Like,
they
that's
are
cool stuff.
Yeah, they're always out there. killing
So,
it.
listener review makes the night shift fly.
That sounds like
That sounds
like a song from the
Yeah.
50s. Make the night shift
Make
fly.
the night shift
Yeah.
fly.
I like that, actually.
First off, love the podcast.
Yeah.
Entertaining more than anything, but lots of actual information topics relating to prepping.
Sure.
I guess.
Mhm.
I found you guys after watching the Bigfoot movie. That
Yeah.
is crazy.
Hello.
Hot and funny.
Woo!
You guys are the whole package.
That was really nice. Is this a woman?
It is
or-
a woman.
Oh, great.
And I
Good.
didn't realize that. the
That's
first
good. I
time
like that.
looked.
Yeah.
Love the movie episodes as I'm a big fan of picking out all the dumb mistakes people
Yeah.
make in apocalypse movies. Yep.
Mhm.
Keep making us laugh and educating us a tiny little bit. Amanda.
Amanda. Thanks, Amanda. If you guys want to
Yeah,
be a part
seriously.
of this portion of the podcast, go to iTunes, go to Facebook, leave us a 5-star review, and make it awesome.
It's a mad, mad world.
So, Cameron, listen to this. Scientists just test fired a cloud device over American soil with the ultimate aim of blocking sunlight.
Jeez.
What do you think? Think it's a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Great idea.
The USS Hornet.
I love living under like
That's
like
true.
dreary weather.
Yeah, if
Shoot
they
it
could-
over us first.
Yeah, get it over Utah. The USS Hornet may be a decommissioned aircraft carrier, yet it has nevertheless become a launch site for a controversial new war in the skies.
Dang.
The Marine Cloud Brightening Program's Coastal Atmospheric Aerosol Research and Engagement Project.
Holy
Okay?
crap.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. Led by researchers from the University of Washington, took to the deck of the Hornet Tuesday to launch streams of particles into the sky above
Washington State, I hope not.
above the
because
San
they're
Francisco
always
Bay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Their ultimate objective is apparently to block and reflect sunlight in hopes of limiting global warming. The researchers behind the geoengineering scheme opted not to announce their experiment, reportedly citing concerns that there might be significant backlash. Now, we ain't going to tell anybody we're doing this. We don't want people to get mad. But this is so the lead scientist running the cloud project noted on his university blog that the team at the facility developed a cloud aerosol research instrument. This device, which has multiple nozzles and resembles a snowmaker, can apparently fire trillions of salt particles into the air. Wow. So, yeah.
I'm
Air's
licking up
salty.
that air.
Yeah.
Tastes good.
Get my steak out. Run it through the clouds. Salt that buddy up.
Open your chips and just scoop it up.
Ain't salty enough. My fries.
My eyes are burning.
That dope, man. Can you imagine? You couldn't be one of
Maybe
those
it's just
old
the
school
right
airplanes.
saline.
Those,
Like, oh,
those old school airplanes that were open, you know, you just like crusted in salt by the end of it. But basically, what they're saying is that salt gets in the sky, it reflects sunlight back to the sun. Like you take it back,
That sounds-
and then it cools the earth.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
salt's gas.
see how that pans out.
I know. I'm a little
I wonder
worried.
if it'll mess with the regular weather. I'm sure it will. But hey,
Nah.
wouldn't it be nice to be like, well, let's see when they're doing testing here
Yeah.
or when you're guaranteed sunlight?
Yeah.
Because if they're controlling it all,
Who knows?
dang.
Dang.
That's interesting.
I know.
Here's a concern for everybody.
Okay.
Amid explosive demand, America's running out of power.
Are they?
Yeah.
Gosh dang it.
Vast swaths of the United States are at risk of running short of power as electricity-hungry data centers and clean technology factories proliferate around the country, leaving utilities and regulators grasping for credible plans to expand the nation's creaking power grid.
Okay.
In Georgia, demand for industrial power is surging to record highs with the projection of new electricity.
Record highs.
Record highs in Georgia.
Read all about it in Georgia, Georgia.
I guess
That
was
sounded
more,
like ESPN.
That was ESPN.
They're not talking about that there. No.
But yeah, new projections show that the next decade will need 17 times what it needs now.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And so we've seen just recently, like Texas barely can keep power going.
They're limping along.
As soon as a little windstorm, it's like, sorry, 10,000 people don't have power.
Yeah. Yep.
But no, it is kind of a concern that we are growing super fast. The power grid really has been built
Yeah.
for like
It's old.
the 40s.
It's old.
So
man.
it's like it gets scary. What I'm saying, get your flashlights charged,
Yeah.
you get your
Yeah.
all of your power backups
Yeah.
ready because it's a coming.
Is it
Clouds are going to be over our heads.
salty clouds.
Salty clouds.
Yeah.
And no powers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
You think
scary.
with salt, so better conduction, can't they do that wireless like electricity?
The Tesla
better?
thing.
Yeah.
Maybe this is all Tesla needed.
That's what it
with some
is.
salty skies.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting times.
Yeah, but let's talk about prepper medical supplies. You know, we've had episodes over the years. I mean, we've been doing this a long time, Cam.
We have been doing it a
We're
long time.
veterans
Yeah.
in this game,
Yeah.
in the prepper podcast game. But we've done episodes over the years about medical supplies, different types of, various things. But today we're basically going to talk about what should that list look like overall.
Exactly.
What should every prepper have, right?
Yeah, because it's important to go over now because like everything is available right now.
Yeah.
You can go to the store, you can get ibuprofen, you can get the liquids. Like you got to get it before the crisis happens because it goes fast. And I always complain about it. Like people are too reliant on our medical system. So
Right.
you need to have these things at home, and that's what we're wanting to talk about is kind of a clear list of some really important items that you can buy now from Amazon for the most part.
And
Almost
sometimes
all of it's on there.
It's really hard to know, like being just a regular old person, somebody who doesn't have the medical knowledge. Like, do I need this?
Do I need a
What
big
is this?
bandage or
Yeah.
a little bandage?
I know I need Band-Aids.
It's true. Because,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the other thing is like there are things to avoid when you're looking at kits. There are a lot of lousy kits out there.
Yeah, there really are.
Like if it doesn't have like play the name brand game. Like you're gonna be safer going with Johnson & Johnson Band-Aids than freaking, Equate stuff. I guess it would be
I don't
great
know.
value.
I do have some great value stuff.
Do they
that's
work
actually-
okay?
Maybe it is Equate. Is it for that
I
stuff?
can't remember.
I think it's Equate. I don't know. I got
They're
some
edible.
Band-Aids the other day that were like the Walmart brand, and they were fantastic.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're
But I
getting
mean,
better.
it depends.
Yeah. But if you're going to be relying on it,
Well,
you
yeah.
might want to go with a little
You might want to
pricier
get
stuff.
with the good stuff. Yeah.
So there's
the
a lot
Tesla
of
brand.
yeah, exactly.
Band-Aids. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of lousy kits though. Tons of them. Amazon's like plagued with them.
Oh, they're so bad.
Like they look okay. I mean, fancy pictures are taken, all the fake reviews. But when you get into it, it's like stickers and
stickers.
paper towels
Yeah.
for your gauze.
And they're not even good paper towels.
No, they're not. They don't rip smaller size.
No.
Yeah. So really, you need to build your own kit. Like, and you don't have to always do that, but
Right.
going through a kit that's maybe partially pre-built and adding to it, like it's a huge deal. Like you'll learn what you have in there, what more you need, and you also be like, "What's this? How do I use that?"
Yeah. And it's like those, like, sometimes you'll get as a gift like one of those cheap kits. It's not like you should just throw it away because there's a million places you can put these first aid kits in your vehicles and in your house and all these other places. So just put it somewhere, but make sure that you're starting out like your main home kit with like something legit, right?
Yeah, exactly. You want to get like higher quality stuff, and you want to understand how to use the stuff in there. Because I have a ton of kits that are sealed. I don't even know
I
for
do
sure if
too.
anything's in there.
Yeah.
They might just be an empty
Just a bunch
container
of cotton balls.
that we've gotten over time from different subscription boxes. And then the other thing is like people get a little carried away with buying like super advanced trauma kits. When they really don't need them. They like, I'm gonna buy an airway kit and surgical tools, and you're probably never going to use that. Maybe you have somebody that like a nurse in the family that lives nearby that you're like, they'll probably know how to use this. That makes some sense.
Oh, they'll know how to use it. They'll
But
tell
I
you
would,
how to use
that's
it.
true. That's true. I shouldn't have even.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
But you really like you don't need to get in depth with that stuff. We're gonna go over like more basic items that everybody should probably have.
Because a lot of times I'll go and I'll read an article from like a prepper website. It's like, oh, this is the stuff you got to have, and I'm like,
And he's like an
NG tubes,
ex-medic.
airway kits, surgical. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Really?
Exactly.
I need to have this.
And you see in the bottom, he's like military medic.
yeah,
10 years.
did surgery on President Biden 18 times. You know what I mean? Like, well, I ain't got that kind of skills.
So, yeah, those are some things to avoid.
Sure.
But now, saying that about building your own kits, there are some really good pre-built kits.
There are. Yeah.
My Medic, their website, like I looked at it just recently. I really like how they have categories for like cuts, scrapes, burns, hiking. Like they have all these little individualized kits, and they seal them in a bag. So it's like you can throw that pack in another kit.
Yep. We've gotten some MyMedic stuff through BattleBox.
I've liked all of it.
I
It's
love
so
it
good
when it comes.
And they use like the super skin stuff that's like a super durable, like thick pad.
I almost don't even like to use their Band-Aids because they're so nice.
I don't ever.
I'm like,
save
save
it
that.
out.
Yeah, just
My
you ain't
kids
using
are
that.
like, trying to
Yeah.
stop a jugular
'Cause,
bleed. I'm
like-
like, nah, I ain't using it.
Like you talked about having 1,000,000 kits, you know what I mean, that we've just gotten for stuff. Like I have them all, they're all opened and all the Band-Aids are gone. Everything else is in there because I never have Band-Aids. So it's
Exactly
like,
what I'm
I
always
guess
missing.
open that brand new kit and just get the Band-Aids out of it.
Yeah. So,
So
my
funny.
medic makes great stuff, and they have all the way up from like little tiny kits to backpacks full.
Yeah.
Dark Angel Medical, they have some great stuff.
They
Like
do.
I have some packs, like pieces from them. The last clinic that I worked in, like the doctor was pretty into that stuff. So great stuff, high quality, built by people that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
North American Rescue, they have great stuff. That's another website you can go to, and they have all these really nice medical kits. So there are good ones out there. The other thing is I want to mention Contingency Medical. I mean,
Yeah.
for a long time, I've always wanted to have a kit that has antibiotics in
Yeah.
it instead of going to urgent care and faking some ailment. You don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. I got something coming out my wiener. Give me some antibiotics.
Here's all of them.
Here's all.
Get out.
Get rid of it.
And then American Red Cross has good kits in there. Like they have some little cheaper but better quality than
Yeah.
Amazon type stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a few recommended pre-built kits. I would go to those websites if you're going to buy some medical supplies.
Yeah.
Instead of risking the Amazon stuff.
My medic has always been my favorite for those.
It's great
because it's
Their
also
site's
like
super easy to like
Yeah.
navigate, and they have it all listed out.
Yep. And this stuff is like aesthetically pleasing to look at
is.
too. It's not like this,
Yeah.
ugly looking.
If you want to have a
bag. It's like,
laceration that looks hot,
yeah.
go to
Go
my
get it
medic.
done. That should be one of their ads.
Yeah,
I think.
look hot, all cut up.
Go
to my medic.
You get cut up, you're gonna look good.
Slashes,
Slashers
get it.
and eyelashes. Yeah.
Go.
Something like that. So let's talk about ways to organize this stuff. So a lot of times, if you buy a pre-made kit, it's going to come with a bag of some sort, but you may want to build your own kit. So you want to start with some sort of way to hold all
Yeah.
that stuff. You don't just want to throw it all on the shelf.
Man, it's,
but
if
you do that
anything,
sometimes.
you do.
Yeah.
And I think medical stuff falls into that, unfortunately,
does.
all the time.
Yeah.
Or my kids just rip through it. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's some Band-Aids in that kit, and they're like, dump it on the table,
yeah.
kicking under the
Yep.
washing machine.
Oh,
I'm like,
so
come
often.
on.
So often that happens.
So, but like getting to something quick,
Yep.
it's like, this is one of the more important kits to have. Like,
It really
organized.
is. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. Totes, that's one way. Just those
I
regular
have a tote full
plastic
of, like,
totes.
gloves and
Yeah. It's a good way to
medicines
do it,
open,
right?
Pills. There's
Yeah.
like in the bottom.
Pain pills, everything in there.
You just tip it and put a bunch of pills fall
You
in your
just
hand.
tip it in your mouth and go. And there's a lot of different ways you can do it with totes, right? You can get a big old tote and put a bunch of little ones in it.
Yeah.
You can get the color-coded totes, which is kind of nice. And this color is this color is this.
Yeah.
You can get the clear totes so you can actually see
I like the
inside of
transparent
them.
ones. That's
I
what
do
I,
too.
have, so you can kind of see like
Yeah.
this is most of my like gauze and pads and stuff.
Yeah.
like
Mine says good guys on it. But like we have some
that. Bad gauze and good gauze.
yeah. We have like some clear totes, but they also have like a piece of tape on the front that says this is like stomach stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or this is Band-Aids.
That's
and
like a
whatnot.
huge, like
It's
38 liter.
It's actually a garbage can. It's just a garbage can full of Pepto. That's all it is. Man.
I want a drum of that.
Dude,
If I could get a drum of
we were
that,
talking about it the other day because we had to buy
it's like
some more
2
Pepto.
water drums, 55 gallon, and 1
And a
Pepto.
Pepto.
That'd be amazing.
Like we bought some Pepto the other day, and my kids are like, "Oh, this stuff's so gross," and I'm like, "I look forward to
Yeah.
a stomach ache.
Me too.
so
I
that
look
can
for
drink it."
reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
I shouldn't.
I swallowed that funny. Probably. drink some
Yeah,
Pepto.
I
Soothe the
swallowed a little
throat.
air, burped a little weird. Better have some. You know,
I do. Yeah.
it's just I like
Tastes so
want to make
good.
like a cocktail out of it or something. If they can make it fizzy somehow, I'd be all about it. You know what I mean?
Why don't they?
I don't
'Cause
know.
Fizzy makes your stomach
It
feel
does.
better.
Well, I guess they've got
Burp a little
like
bit.
Alka-Seltzer mixed
I
with.
hate Alka-Seltzer.
Well, yeah, but I'm not saying you have to like
No,
it.
I don't want it.
Gosh.
Well,
But
now you
mix
ruined it.
Mix it with Pepto.
That,
you know,
yeah, that maybe would do it.
bubbly and pink and gooey. And
I don't know why they don't just have like a med to treat everything in one, like
I know they should, huh?
help your stomach, congestion,
Cam's
mild
Cure-All,
blood pressure. Yeah.
right? Cam's Cure-All.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can go with the totes. It's a great way to
Yeah,
go.
I have some totes.
Just depends.
I have some totes with medicine.
I actually
not
found-
pills, but
I found this
Medical goods.
roller bag that was kind of cool online. It's basically, like those bags that have the wheels on them, like a little cooler sometimes or something.
Yeah.
This is a medic roller bag.
Oh, I should
and
check that one out.
inside the roller bag, you can actually click the link on that roller bag thing if you want to check it out. Inside it has like these little almost like bins that are clear.
Ain't no link in
In
it.
it.
Oh, there it is.
I thought there was. There might have been. But anyways,
Oh man, that's
That's
awesome.
kinda cool,
So
huh?
it has like little totes in it. It looks like a refrigerator.
it kind of does, yeah.
It zips open and then
Uh-huh.
it has all these individual compartment totes.
Yeah. Anyways,
that would be awesome.
it's a great way to
because
go.
then you can transport it real quick.
Well, yeah, your kid gets hit in the road and loses an arm. You can roll that thing out there.
Does it have a stretcher in it? Like a
I don't know.
no,
I
look
didn't,
at
I didn't look at it that
not
clearly.
a full stretcher, but like
yeah.
it does. It has one of those cloth ones.
Does
with
it?
handles on it? Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
it's got an ambulance in it.
Yeah, EMT
Yeah,
comes in
He
it.
just pops right out.
He jumps out and fixes you up. But it's kind of cool.
That actually is really
They're not
cool.
cheap,
No.
but again, just saying that there's all these different options that you can consider. Backpacks, this is the classic way to go. You can just get that JanSport that you've had since middle school, fill it up with the gear. The problem with those is it's better to have ones that have a lot of different organizational options inside of it, but you can just go with an open backpack and then get pouches, and that's the thing. For
sure.
Like those pouches from
A lot of those pre-built kits are just a backpack.
they're just a backpack or they're a big pouch or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get those like EDC type pouches from VanQuest
Yeah.
or Maxpedition, and you can utilize those. And they actually make some pouches that are just for first aid stuff too. The last one I wanted to talk about is like a combat medic bag. It's kind of like a sling pack sort of thing. This is something that we gotten something similar to this from BattleBox.
Yep.
Right.
I still use it.
I do too. And it's almost like the bottom of a bug out bag, like a pouch that kind of,
Yep.
like a butt pouch, almost like a fanny pack type thing.
It does have like a fanny pack.
Yeah, but it also has like a big strap that you can put it around your shoulder if you want. These are great because they have so much organization.
It
in
was
them.
for the active shooter box, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Pretty sure that's when we got it.
I'm getting old. My memory's no good. No good whatsoever.
Boys are going out.
And my voice are going out. Memory's gone. Boys are
What am I
going
doing
out.
here?
I'm a president of the United States.
Don't make fun of that.
I mean, no. But yeah, so those are great, and a lot of people opt for those because they're great. They're really portable. They have tons of organization.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's
the best
other.
part, that's what I want something like this. So if anybody works for a company
Yeah.
that does this, I would love to do a video for you
For
because it really is nice to I feel like I want everything individually in a pouch. It just can't work very well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
hard.
hard, but
Yeah.
it's nice to have like the mesh pouches in there that are like Velcro, so you can see what's in there, or a way to label it and stuff like that. And those
Yep.
combat medic bags definitely
They do.
are
They're
kind of
great.
set up that way.
But anyways, that's and maybe you've got some other options that you were thinking of, but those are kind of like
No,
the
those
basics.
are those are kind of all the ones. It's just a matter of finding one that fits your needs and
Right.
is organized the way that you feel is best. You know?
Yep.
Stomach mids at the top of the backpack.
Yeah.
And the bottom.
Yeah, erectile dysfunction, stomach, whatever's at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tampons.
Something great.
Tampons
Yeah.
at the bottom.
So
Something great.
one of the most common reasons we put a kit together or have a first aid kit, especially your like your FAC or IFAC is for wounds, right?
Mhm.
Cuts, burns, things like
Yeah.
that. So I was just going to talk about some of the items that should be in this wounds kit. So we kind of broke down like your overall home kit into these different categories.
Yeah.
So wounds, cuts, burns. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. First thing is get a box of nitrile gloves.
Yeah.
There's so much use for those.
Mhm.
Changing oil,
Yeah.
poking and prodding the body,
Barbecue.
barbecue.
You ever notice those barbecue videos? They're always got those black nitrile
Yeah.
gloves on or whatever. Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah. I want to eat that meat.
it looks clean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many uses, especially with medical. For one, not to contaminate the other person,
Yeah.
not to get contaminated from that person.
Mhm.
So, doesn't cost very much, and I think it gets overlooked. Like I don't have as much as I should have. Like I end up using them. My wife uses them for painting or something. I was like,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
we need another box of nitrile
Yeah.
gloves.
Uh-huh.
An irrigation bottle. So one of the best ways, one of the solutions.
You take it out when you're like moving the water.
What's that?
Take it out when you're moving the water in the field.
Yeah,
Keep you hydrated out there.
irrigation bottle keeps you hydrated.
You gotta go move the water lines.
Take your irrigation bottle
Take
with
your
you.
irrigation
I don't
bottle.
want you getting dehydrated. So yeah, an irrigation bottle though allows you to kind of apply a little bit of pressure to that water to clean out a wound.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Like it usually has like some sort of a little like spout on the end of it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Solution to pollution is dilution, right?
Yeah.
You just dilute it all down.
Yeah.
So anytime you're repairing a wound or you're going to suture it or just clean it out, like irrigate the crap out of it.
Yeah.
It's the best thing you can do. And so having a bottle to properly do that instead of pouring, a cup of water on it or
I had a can of Pepsi, just pour it in there. I'll clean it. Have a Pepsi.
Pour it in there
Yeah.
and then drink it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can take a water bottle and, poke a hole in the top of
yeah.
it and squirt it out. I think we did that when you cut your
We
hand.
did, didn't we? I think so, yeah.
So, but a nice irrigation bottle for rinsing, you also can use it as an enema.
Oh,
So,
great.
there you go.
I always wondered what I would do, just in case.
Well, that's not useful. Oh, that's what you can
Hello.
use it for. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing is get some antiseptic wipes. They always have like 2 pouches in any kit,
And they're dry usually.
They are.
Usually dry
Every time.
Yeah.
So getting several of those are really good. Somebody's going to complain about it. Well, those just prevent it from healing.
Yeah.
But they're super nice to clean up everything.
Yeah.
Now, onto the Band-Aids, like we were talking, like you want a good quality Band-Aid. There's a lot of garbage out there.
And you want a lot of them.
You do.
Like, I can't stay in Band-Aids.
You
There's
can't.
No matter, I can't keep ahead
I don't
of
know
it.
why I'm not invested into
I
just
don't. I know.
Band-Aid.
We should just have a Casual Preppers Band-Aid because, like, I'm always buying Band-Aids.
Yeah, we should have a Casual Preppers Band-Aid.
Always
That
buying
would be
socks
sweet.
at my house and Band-Aids. My kids, I don't know what they do with them.
I don't know either.
Always.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, good quality ones in a variety. They have ones that can go around the tip of your finger.
Oh,
they have
tippy
ones
tips.
that go on the knees and the joints.
Yeah.
Get a variety pack and then buy 40 more of them.
I don't, usually it's like I got this tiny little cut and all I got is like one that goes on your back or something. So I'm like wrapping it
I
6
know.
times around my finger.
I know you're cutting it into smaller strips.
Gosh dang it.
Just recently I had that problem with I couldn't find a Band-Aid that wasn't gigantic.
Yeah.
So buy a large variety and buy a good quality. Like I was saying, the super skin bandages from My Medic, you should check them out. They're pretty awesome.
They are pretty
They're
cool.
going to stay on probably through the entire apocalypse.
Oh yeah. I still got one on my foot. Put it on in 2015.
Do ya?
Yeah, no. No.
On your foot. Yeah. So
yeah.
get you some good Band-Aids. Syringes. I think I talked about this in a medical tip is you can buy a ton of different sizes syringes on Amazon.
Yeah.
If they're clean, I don't know.
You can do it because I had some fraudulent charges on my card.
And it was syringes?
It was all
Oh,
syringes.
that's messed up.
It was like $100 worth of syringes. Gosh, what is somebody doing?
Yeah, that is, yeah. Maybe they listened to our episode.
They could have, yeah, and somehow they got a hold of my card.
Hey, it happens to be Casual Preppers code.
That works out good.
Yeah, when you call them and the bank's like, they did use Casual Preppers 50% off.
Oh, great, of course. Never mind.
But yeah, a large variety of syringes because you can use those for irrigation, injections,
Oh, nice, yeah.
clean cerumen out of your ear. There's just a lot of uses for
Yeah.
them. Deliver medicine orally. So
Okay.
get the 10 cc, 20 cc, 50 cc, 5 cc, 2.5 cc, 1 cc.
Oh, geez.
No, I'm just kidding. I'd get
CC.
like the 5, 10, and 20 for sure.
Okay.
But the bigger ones are nice for irrigating. But seriously, there's a ton of uses for them. I mean, you've seen all the little prepper survival things. They're like, use a syringe, filter water out of the pond.
Use a syringe.
And then you can make gasoline, drive a truck on.
Ham radio antenna with your syringe.
There's a billion things in there.
Yeah.
Make a new shoe out of syringe. You pour it open, put your toe in there.
Duplicate a dead body with a syringe. Somehow.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You can do all that. So get those.
Okay.
Steri strips. Have you ever used those?
I have. They're cool.
So yeah,
I got some.
they're different from butterfly. They act similar, but butterfly strips I've never had stay on for more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Steri strips may stay on for a year,
Yeah, they're good, man.
especially if you get the tincture of benzoin. That's that like orange
Tincture
stuff.
of benzoin.
It sounds. It sounds
2 ounces
so,
of tincture of benzoin.
Guys, I'm down. Will you give me some tincture of benzoin?
It sounds like a wizard would be
It does.
putting it in a potion of some sort.
I know.
You know?
We need frog foot and a tincture of benzoin.
1 cat's whisker and tincture of
What?
benzoin.
How do you do the Merlin?
I can't do it right now. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm Merlin.
I'm Merlin. Yeah, I can't
I
do
need
it. I can't
tincture
do
of benzoin.
it. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, those combined with the Steri-Strips, like, or the benzoin, that stuff really like glues it on there.
Yeah.
It's sterile too, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's nice. You just kind of draw 2 lines around the wound, and then the Steri-Strips, you kind of use them to pull the wound shut, and those suckers stick for a long time.
Cool.
But you can get all kinds of different sizes, but I just pick some Steri-Strips up. You can get them on Amazon. A scalpel, there's a whole bunch of different varieties, disposable ones, reusable ones. You know what they're using. But yeah, check them out. I'm just saying get some, okay?
Okay.
I've used those for a million other things.
Scalpels?
Like, yeah. It's like
Cutting paint in corners and
exactly,
stuff like that.
It's exactly. Cutting out like
Yeah.
caulk.
Yeah.
Right?
No cock cutting.
Cutting that caulk out.
Yeah.
Abdominal pads. These are those gigantic ones you're just talking about. That
Yeah.
almost they're like Band-Aids that are adhesive,
Pillows
but
almost.
The abdominal pads kind of just are good for absorbing a lot of fluids. So
Ugh.
they're nice to have, bigger
Sounds
ones.
Gross.
Hold it on. Those are the ones that, like in the movies, are holding it over their chest wound.
You're going to be okay. They're coming. Yeah. Put pressure on it.
It's dark blood. It's got your liver. You only got 5 minutes.
Your liver's leaking out. We need some tincture of benzoin.
Rub it on now.
Rub it on. Let me watch.
Now on to suturing tools.
Okay.
So suture kit, starting with the tools, you can get these from MyMedic too. But most of those sites that I talked about have good kits that just have the tools that you need, which are Kelly forceps. So they're like they're hemostats, basically the ones to pinch off blood.
Pinch it off.
Pinch off that arterial.
Okay.
But they're nice too. A lot of other uses. And then the tissue forceps, so you can grab and kind of pull the wound together when you're suturing it. Yeah.
Grossing me out.
Yeah. And then you this is one thing that I thought wouldn't be as essential, but a needle driver. So those are ones that you can put the suture needle in and then they lock.
Do they
It
have like
won't-
the little curve at the end? Or is
That's
that
the
other
Kelly
one?
forceps.
That's the Kelly. Okay.
They have curved and straight. So
Okay.
But
Mine's straight. Just saying.
somebody's gonna go to town on me
Mine's
here.
not curved.
Actually.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I'm a nurse practitioner.
Yeah, well, they don't.
My uncle's a dentist, and let me tell
Listen,
you,
not all nurses. Like I have a bunch of friends that are nurse practitioners. I'm just saying, some nurses, just nurses, they get intense and
Sure,
They've called me out a few times.
yes, they do.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but the needle driver. So it locks the needle in there. It won't allow it to spin. Because I've tried to suture with like a multi-tool.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Yeah,
Because
it's not good.
the suture keeps like flipping in it, and you can't push it through the tissue.
Well, I saw my grandpa do it with a Leatherman.
I was gonna.
and
That's
a
what I'm
fish hook.
saying. A fish hook probably would be easier to hold
Yeah.
on to.
A
Anyways,
barbed fish hook.
I'd say the most important in here, ain't coming back out. I'll tell you that.
That's it.
Got to go through.
Yeah.
If it hurts, you got to push it through.
Yep.
Um,
Here's a Pepsi.
and then fine needle scissors, because using just regular kids scissors, you don't cut very well through
Like
that.
with your left hand, and
Yeah.
they don't do anything.
It's so crazy how
Doesn't
they
make
just
any
don't
sense.
work. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's the same thing. I noticed like we have scissors that are like old and kind of like loose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I noticed when you like, because I was trying to cut something with my left hand.
Yeah.
So why is it not working? But you put pressure and it pulls the blades
Yeah.
away. I didn't think it would be that much, but
It is.
It does.
Physics, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bet you when they introduced that, they're like, don't use it with your left hand. It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
I need to get a pair of left handies
You should.
because
Just
you
to
know,
have 'em.
Sometimes you need them.
Okay.
You got your other hand.
Get it done.
Speaking of kits, you want to buy both left-handed and right-handed scissors.
Got it.
You lose your hand in the apocalypse.
You're going to
ain't
feel
cutting
good.
nothing.
No.
But yeah, I'd say needle drivers for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then those Kelly forceps are hugely important. After that, you can make it work. You got your teeth, right? You can just cut through that suture.
Something you might not have your teeth.
That's true. So suture needle, I've gone over this before. Like the 3-0 reverse cutting is what I would buy the most of. It's
Okay.
kind of I feel like it's kind of a universal suture. It can be used for a lot of things, most things that you're going to come across. If you don't want to deal with that, get some Dermabond
Yeah,
or
dude.
Z-Zips or Closix.
They're cool.
They're kind of newer. Those are the little adhesive things that you pull tight. They're almost like a zip tie,
Mm-hmm.
but made for closing wounds. That's probably, if you don't have suture experience,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably buy a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, the Dermabond is awesome
Because
too.
beyond, if it's not going to hold with those, you gotta find
Yeah.
a medical professional to help you out. Medical stapler, you can buy those that are kind of nice for head wounds.
That's my stapler.
We could have used that when
Stapler.
I dropped that can on your forehead.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Actually, it was on the front.
Yeah.
So tourniquet, I'll talk more about that, but you definitely want a tourniquet in your cuts, wounds kit.
Mm-hmm.
You never know how bad it's going to be. Pressure bandages, those are kind of they have like a strap on them. So you
Strap on?
They have basically the pressure bandage can act almost like a tourniquet too. It's not going to go as tight and as hard, but it allows you to put pressure without having to hold it with your hand.
Perfect amount of pressure.
Pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Any of those like C-locks, I think that's how you say that. C-locks? I don't know. I don't ever use this stuff.
Yeah.
Medics would know.
Yeah.
But this is the hemostatic agent. This is what you're going to sprinkle on the wound. You know, in not Band of Brothers. I always think of Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
There's like ripping it open with her teeth and sprinkling it on there. So this is
Or in
like
Shooter.
quick clot.
Remember
is
Shooter,
what it is.
the movie?
Oh yeah,
I think he does that in Shooter too, right? He's like in the bathroom cleaning himself up, I think.
rips that bag
Rips
open,
it up
pours
and
it on.
pours it on him.
So, but you can get these. You can get these clotting agents that help control bleeding. So chest seals. I think these are important because they're easy to get, and they allow, like, if you have a punctured chest wound that's leaking, and you can't breathe because your lungs collapsing. These chest seals can cover the wound and allow air to suck in and then not escape.
Oh, okay.
So chest seals they're easy to get and they're good to have. And when you
Just hope
don't
you don't
know,
ever need
just
them.
slap it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I do remember. Do you remember in Three Kings? What's the one with George Clooney?
Yeah, that's 3. Yeah, something like. It's
He
been
like
a long
sticks
time.
one of those little valves in the guy. He
Oh,
gets his
really?
lung punctured. I still remember that. It's great. It's a great scene.
Old George.
But the chest seal's even easier. It's just
Yeah.
a patch that you
Just
put over
like
the hole and it'll
it's
breathe
just like
itself.
a sticker almost. Huh?
Yeah. And then for burns, they're honestly like I would just buy several packs of the burn gel. That stuff works super well.
I got one of those burn. We got a burn kit in a
it
battle
has
box.
it
It's
has
nice.
like the what is that aqua? There's like little
Aqua
aqua
Velva.
Velveeta aqua.
Yeah.
It's a piece of cheese you
Yeah.
put on your wound.
Sure.
But the burn gel really does like help control the pain, and then aloe gel is going to help heal, kind of keep it sterile. They did do a study. I used to use sulfasilvadine, which is like this really shiny white ointment that you can put on in the clinic, but they didn't find that it was any better. So honestly, just having like bacitracin and polysporin, put it on the wound, it's going to
That's
give
just like
you the
triple antibiotic type stuff. Okay.
Yeah. And then moleskin. Moleskin's kind of
Moleskin's
like
awesome, man.
Yeah. So lots of uses for that, for blisters and stuff like that. So, anyways, I probably could have gone through that faster, but
You're totally
those
good.
are some important items that everybody can pick up today
Yeah.
that I would have in your kit.
So I'm going to talk about joints and bones, and I'm going to go through this
Johnson
pretty quick.
Bones.
Joints and bones.
Johnson Bones. Johnson Bones.
It's like a rap song.
It does. He breaking down his joints. I can't. Not even gonna try it.
One more time.
Not
Come
even gonna
on,
make
man.
Make it fun.
That was fantastic.
Can't even make it
It's like a Bone Thugs song.
Yeah.
Joints and bones.
He's coming up in here with the Johnson Bones. Anyway.
Oh my God. we just need to make an
She's
album
in
one
the
day.
club with the Johnson Bones.
Joseph Bones, bro. So I don't know anything about any of this stuff, so Cam's gonna check me as we go through this, but
It's a learning experience.
It's a learning experience. Coban roll. So this is that self-adherent wrap.
Awesome stuff.
Right? And not like a wrap like Cam just did. This is a wrap like
Johnson Bones.
Johnson Bones. This is a wrap like that goes, it's like for compression, secures the dressings, supports injured limbs.
So useful for
Yeah.
so many things.
It's cool stuff,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know how they made it. It's
You don't
amazing.
have to have those like razor clips that like dig into your forearm or whatever to keep it on there. Those things are nasty, man.
I know they're made to not only hold bandage to other bandage,
But
it's
to your
just go
skin.
in your
It's like a staple.
It is.
Yeah, those things suck. But you don't
they
need
got
it with the
a
Coban.
nasty cleat. Those
They
things.
do, man. So Coban rail's fantastic.
Yeah, you
to
have to have that stuff.
Love that stuff. How about a triangular bandage or a cravat? Is that how you say that?
I
Cravat?
think so. Yeah.
Um,
I don't.
Basically, it's just a large piece
Medics are going to be cringing.
I know. A large piece of triangular cloth, and you can make slings with it, or
Yeah.
get your broken arm and make it immobile, that type of thing. Support, all that kind of stuff. You could use it as a splint and a tourniquet if you had to.
Yeah.
But it's
It
just
does. It
good
gives
stuff.
you. It's a lot of uses.
Useful stuff. Ace
Bandana.
wrap. Bandana.
Yeah, I lost a tooth.
You stick it in where you lose a tooth.
I just
You
adjusted
did.
my chair.
You went
and
hard at that
smacked
mic.
My mouth on the mic.
Yeah, that's a good one. How
There's
about
cushion there.
Ace bandage? So I had to use one of these. I was in.
So that's what you like. Some of them have the
yeah,
cleats,
that
but some of
cleat.
them have Velcro now, and they're
Yeah,
like,
they do have
so
Velcro.
much better.
I have one with Velcro.
That's the
I had to
best
use
one.
one of these. I went to when I was like 19. I went to Hawaii for a week, and I broke my arm. I didn't know I broke it because I had a
You
tumor
aced it?
in there. I had a tumor in there, but I didn't know that, and it was like getting
Not
all
a
swollen.
tumor.
But I'm like, I'm not going to that friggin' doctor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm on vacation, so I just went to the ABC store and got an Ace bandage and wrapped that stuff up. And then my friends were like, "You pussy, you're fine." And I get home and I had
Seems like
cancer in my arm.
fractured
Yeah,
from a tumor.
it's all fractured. But anyways, these Ace wraps are great because you could use them for a whole bunch of different things, right?
Yeah.
Your ankle or your wrist or whatever. You just wrap that thing up
Yeah.
tight, and it helps with swelling and it helps to stabilize and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and look, like you could, like I said, don't get the ones that use those little metal cleats.
those suck,
They're
dude.
worse. They're worthless. I lost that too. So, yeah, they have really nice Ace bandages now that
Yeah.
they roll out, and then at the
Roll
end,
out.
Joys and balls.
Joys and balls.
They roll all the way out, so when you apply it, and at the end, you just
Yes,
fold
yeah.
it over and it has elastic, or it has elastic. You fold it over and it has Velcro, which
Velcro.
is so much better.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Undercast padding. I don't know if this is something you'd actually want to have.
I do have
but-
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's useful because when you're splinting, or,
Yeah. So basically, it's like a padding underneath, like your
Yeah.
cast or whatever, that protects your skin. It absorbs all that disgusting.
Joints and balls.
Joints and balls.
Absorb it.
All that absorb that
Absorb
sweat,
it.
that sweat and disgusting moisture that gets under there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then
Yeah, like I figure if you break an arm in like some scenario,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna have just a splint on forever.
Yeah.
And it's gonna rub and chafe.
Ugh, it's gonna
So
suck.
if you have some undercast padding, it's gonna be a lot easier to just wear it around.
Yep, for sure. The Sam splint.
Yeah.
These things are cool. They're kind of like that bendable, malleable, lightweight stuff that helps
They're
like
sweet.
when you have a fracture or whatever. And then, so like that's the kind of stuff where like you put it under and then you probably wrap it with
Exactly,
something
yep.
else like an Ace or something, right? Or
Mhm.
Coban or something. Those are great. They come in a lot of nicer kits that you can get those in. Those Sam splints.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Beautiful stuff.
One thing on this, like, you can get a 3M guide that's the
Oh, yeah.
best splint guide.
Mhm.
Like, it's so easy
I think
to
I've got one.
follow. Yeah. I think it's the best thing to do if you're going to get this splint material. Well, you should get this splint
Yeah.
material.
Or get the Prepper's Medical Handbook.
Yeah,
Tells you in there,
exactly.
for sure. A reusable cold pack. Obviously, we know what this stuff is, but it's great for the wounds and it makes you feel good.
Like
Helps
that.
your joints and
I always want to
bones.
pop them.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like
yeah.
in the like car kits. I guess that one's not reusable, but you're
Yeah.
always like, I want to pop this.
The reusable ones, yeah. But there's also the instant cold
Those
packs
are the
too.
ones. I'm
So
always
those are
like,
the ones you're gonna
I
squeeze
want to
it,
pop it.
you're gonna shake it or whatever, it activates it, and that's why you're out in the middle of nowhere. You can use one of those instant cold packs, but they're great to have.
Yeah, for sure.
So like there's 3 or 4 of these different ones. There's like the knee, the elbow, the ankle, and the wrist elastic brace. I have one for my ankle because I used to always roll my ankle.
I got weak ankles.
I got weak ankles. No, I skateboarded and snowboarded for a long time, so my ankles are all jacked up because I sucked at it. So I was always like messing up my ankles. So I always had one of those when I
My
played
ankles
basketball
suck,
and
too.
stuff. But
I
they're
like
nice.
lived on ibuprofen
Yeah.
in high school, like
Yeah.
in football. Like any step after a game, I'm like, ew.
It hurts. Yeah, but you can just like slide those things onto whatever one of those joints that you're having an issue with,
Yeah.
and they're good.
Yeah.
Right? They help to relieve the pain. They give you compression, support.
You probably already have 6 of them around your
You
house
might.
somewhere.
You might. I don't know. Go look.
Go look right now.
I don't know.
Pause.
You might find
Click-
stuff that you don't know you
Click
have.
pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's like the lumbar back brace too. That's where you.
I never
get
thought
back
about
stuff.
that. It's actually
Why not?
a good idea.
Yeah, because
Give
you're
you
going to
some
jack up your
support.
back, no doubt. You get to this age,
People
that we
get
are.
too dependent on those. They're like
Oh, I know.
putting it on every day, and then
Yeah.
their muscles are all atrophied. They can't even keep up right.
What are you doing? I'm going to take a nap. Sometimes I hurt my back.
Exactly.
He's got the back brace on.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I'm like, you might not need it that
He just
much.
gets out of bed in the morning. He's like completely arched over. I have no support. Just zip it up.
What are you
seen
doing?
Have you seen those ones that they pull and they have cords?
I think I have
that, like,
seen those.
tighten
Yeah.
around and then you Velcro them.
Yeah.
Those are super cool.
They are pretty cool.
I just put it on because it feels good.
Yeah, I take a shower with it on.
Take away his gut.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so you can get one of those. Again, these are for like crazy situations that might happen where you couldn't go get something to help, right? Also,
If you got
like-
all of your other stuff, go ahead
might
and
as
get
well,
this
yeah.
stuff.
Adjustable crutches. Crutches could really be a super useful in an emergency or an SHTF situation because you can't just go grab
Hugely
some
important.
crutches.
Like I'd never thought about that.
Yeah.
Before, but I was like, I need to get some crutches.
Yeah. Why not? You might as well, right?
Yeah.
Vacuum splint
Pretend
kit.
it's a gun. Kids love doing that.
You got it. Yeah.
Every time.
Every single time. Vacuum splint kit with splints for lower and upper body. I don't know much about those, but
Yeah.
they were
They
splints.
basically just suck all the air out and like keep it. Basically, vacuum
Yeah,
closure.
they suck.
They suck. I've never used these, but they make sense.
And then the last thing on there, like you could go as far as to get a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know, to have one hanging around.
I'm getting a rascal.
Yeah, I just in case.
Yeah.
Right.
The prepper rascal.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a
your
gun,
rascal kit.
gun mount on it. You know, a
Yeah,
little.
do you remember that
element-
lawnmower that
pouch?
you posted for like
Yeah.
Apocalypse? That's what I picture. Like
Oh, I know,
the rascal.
Yeah. Have you seen like
It's got a
there's-
mounted 50
There's like
cal.
those like racing leagues now that just use lawnmowers. Have you
oh,
seen
yeah.
that? They take
They're
them.
like,
They take like the mower part off.
Yeah.
And they race them.
Yeah, and they're
How
like,
cool is
they
that?
got like a V8 in them. too.
Yeah,
It's
man. Yeah, they put like a Cummins diesel in those bad boys. Just freaking go.
I know. There's like this one little man. It's basically a chair and an engine that you're strapped to.
Yeah, it's just an engine and a
tires.
chair and a steering wheel.
And it's got like a green lawnmower hood on the top.
Yeah.
To make it like fit into
and they can't ever steer because they're always off the ground. They can only go straight, pretty much. Yeah, they go so hard.
They are awesome.
Those things are
I don't
pretty
think they
sweet.
even wear helmets or anything, do they?
I don't know.
They're just like plaid shirt and some your new Levi's.
Yeah, Keystone Light in your left hand, and you just like go as fast as you can. But those things are pretty cool. So those are some things to think about. Another thing you got to think about is electrolyte deficiencies or
Seriously.
imbalances, because you know what that does? It causes headaches, it causes cramps, it causes fatigue, causes weakness. It makes you be a little weak sissy boy.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be that. You want to be a big burly alpha male. Okay. And for us, as people who want to be prepared and ready for anything, the last thing you need is something that will slow you down when you need to be ready the most. That's why we at Casual Preppers have teamed up with Element. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything you need and nothing that you don't. For us, we think Element is perfect for bug out bags and EDC kits. Why? Because it contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 miggies of magnesium. That stuff is so good. It's good for your body. It's going to be really good for you. Ask any doctor. They'll be like, okay, yeah, that's
And I
good.
didn't know it has stevia in it. So
Has stevia.
It
Yeah.
tastes great.
It's-
It's such
they-
a combo. It's like sweet and
They taste
sour.
Wonderful. The cool thing is, if you use our link, you're going to get a free Element sample pack when you make any purchase through our exclusive link. So just click on it, go get your
Best
present,
way to know.
and get some sample packs. It's one of every flavor. And the cool thing is you can do it every single time you order, Cam. You're just getting extra stuff every time you order. Plus, no questions asked refunds.
Yeah.
You
That's
don't like
amazing.
it, you just get a refund. Again, you can only get it through our link, and that is drinkelement.com/casual preppers. drinklmnt.com/casual preppers. Get your order and your free sample pack.
So good.
Dude, this stuff is
I like Crave
changed
it,
my world.
Like I
man.
said. Yeah.
Grapefruit is my favorite by
Yeah.
far. It's just mine.
That's the one I drink the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because we haven't gotten watermelon samples for a while.
Yeah, it's been a
I
while.
love the
Watermelon's
watermelon.
great. It's for me. It's a little sweet, so I have to have a sweet tooth at that time.
That's true. It is sweet.
Grapefruit is better for me because it's just a little less sweet.
Yeah. Grapefruit, citrus, and watermelon are my top three.
Yeah.
My wife likes the chocolate one. She drinks
she
it a
does.
lot.
She
She warms it up, drinks it.
It is what it is.
She looks fantastic. So
She got to figure it out. You know,
That salt is working.
yeah, salt doing
working
something
for her.
That's why we're sticking it
Working for
in
me.
the sky.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, so let's talk about that trauma kit.
Let's do it.
So, like I said, this kit is probably down the list. Like, put together your other ones that we talked about. Those and the medication, which Kobe will get to. Those are the three things I'd say. Like, focus on those and then get to your trauma kit.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of stuff in the trauma kit that you may not know how to use. So, like, my medic has a trauma kit, like a trauma pro kit.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of good stuff in there. It does have a nasal pharyngeal airway, which you need to know how to. It's the safer way to put an airway in, but I wouldn't be shoving it in people if you don't know what you're doing. That's a tip across the board.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't shove
shove it
anything
if
in
you
there
know
unless you know what you're doing. Practice first.
Yeah, this area can be tricky, but a basic trauma kit should include these things.
'Kay.
A tourniquet.
Yeah.
So there are different types of tourniquets. The rats is like super popular, and I honestly don't love it.
Well, actually, it's becoming less popular. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people are like, I don't like the rats.
Yeah. So the CATS is a combat application tourniquet similar to the tactical medical tourniquet. So this one, I think it's easier to put on one-handed, you know, because if you're like trying
It's
to.
on your arm. Yeah.
So yeah, it just straps through and then pulls tight, and then you can twist. It has a little system that allows you to twist the tightness. And I'll talk more about tourniquets in the medical tip, but I get one. You know,
'Kay.
a lot of them come with the rats, and it's if you know how to use it, it isn't bad. But I really like the CATS better.
Rats, cats,
CATS or TNT, TM,
TMNT.
the CAT Gen 5. Go check it out.
Okay.
That sounds like a new jet.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Tom
that.
Cruise flies the CAT Gen 5, and that
He
movie.
totally does.
A Mylar blanket.
Yeah.
So these are typically in your trauma kits because shock is your enemy.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep. Hypovolemic shock or just there's all kinds of different shock. Shock.
Shock
the
rock?
shocker.
Yeah. That's right. There's that.
I'm getting in trouble for that one.
Yep.
Quick clot.
Mm-hmm.
Again, shears. A lot of time, you're going to be cutting pants off.
Yeah.
First thing,
shoot.
first
Okay,
thing.
Yeah. I thought maybe you had some sheep.
Yeah.
You got to shear them.
But man, I feel like when you have a set of shears, you're like unstoppable.
Oh, yeah.
I can cut anything.
You can't stop. I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I'll do anything.
So shears just sounds
Unless I have
like,
to use my left hand.
Exactly.
Then I'm screwed.
So I have the Leatherman shears, and we got another one that I really liked. But anyways,
I don't remember.
get you a good set of shears.
Yeah.
A lot of these trauma kits come with some.
What was that shears? I can't remember what they were.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'll try and look it up.
But yeah, get a good set of shears. Trauma pads. So these are basic.
Trauma X shear.
Trauma X shear.
Trauma
Yeah,
X
those
shear.
are
They're
great.
great. They're good stuff.
They're really strong. I cut some pants clean off.
You did. It was one of my favorite videos ever. You need to repost that one.
I forgot.
It's been a
about that.
while.
I should repost that one. So trauma pads, pressure bandage, like we talked about, gauze rolls, like
Good guys.
good guys. Put a bunch of
Good
those.
guys. Jones and Bones.
In there. A gauze sponge,
Yes, sponge.
a
Yeah.
sponge, medical tape. Obviously, the cloth one, like you used for athletic tape type of stuff.
Yeah.
it's similar to that, but not that like specifically. But get medical tape because in trauma, you're not always going to be there to hold the pressure on. Like, anyway, chest seals. That got real deep there.
Yeah, I did. I was like, getting serious.
You know, be able to save anybody if you want.
You can't always hold it on.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Sometimes you got to
Basically, I
tape
was
it.
saying, taping bandages in place.
I get it.
If you're wearing a bandage for a long time in the wilderness, you're going to want to tape it on.
Yeah, sure.
Why get all deep and dark there? Your family's going to die.
You better get some tape. You
so-
can't always be there.
Can't always be there. Here's your medical tape. So a chest
I think
seal.
they'd have it on a medical CD by now.
I got a medical disc.
Medical laser disc.
Medical tape. It just talks about medicine. It's great. It's my favorite.
wonderful,
Flip it
yeah.
over, side B.
Sad B.
Talk about trauma.
Yeah.
So the chest seal again. One other thing that I would throw in a trauma kit if it isn't already there is a marker. So you can write
Yeah.
on their head, dead.
Ain't coming back. Tried 3 times.
Type A blood, I think.
Tastes like type A.
Too much sugar in this one.
Too much sugar.
Too much.
This one's definitely got diabetes.
But yeah, if you're in like a mass shooting type thing, hopefully
Sure.
you never are.
Let's hope not.
But the marker's going to come in handy
Sure.
for writing that stuff down. Change bandage tomorrow.
Left medical tape in pocket. He'll be okay.
Don't take my shears. A CPR mask.
Yeah.
You don't want to go mouth to mouth with somebody.
Ugh.
Even people you know. It's weird.
Even weirder.
And
To
then-
be honest, if I had to give you CPR, it'd be weirder than if I got
It would.
had to give a random
It's
guy
like I
CPR.
care about you, but
I don't want my lips on your lips.
I think you're going to die.
I can feel your stubble.
I'm here for you, though. I'll hold your hand.
I got some medical tape. You figure it out.
I can't be here for you. Tape your mouth shut.
I will throw up on your face if you make me do this.
But yeah, those are like simple. Like they have ones that go on a keychain and
Yeah.
everything like that. It's a good idea to get one of those.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of times mouth to mouth on somebody that's had a heart attack, they're going to throw up in your face.
Oh, gosh, please don't.
Yeah. And then the nasopharyngeal airway.
Okay.
Little rubber airway thing, if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Those are parts of the trauma kit.
Yeah.
I'm sure that didn't help anybody, but
Maybe it did. So let's talk about medications. This is like a huge part of your medical supply. And a lot of people overlook the OTC stuff. The stuff that you could, like Cam
Yeah.
said, you can go buy it right now.
I can't buy it all and put one together.
I ain't worried about it.
So
I'll get it whatever. But
yeah,
it's,
stock up on the OTCs.
Get it now. And some of this stuff is like duh. Oh yeah, I should have that. I should have extras, right? Because I use it all the time. So let's start with the pain reliever stuff. Ibuprofen. Freaking gold.
How often?
Oh my gosh, that
How
I don't know
often-
what that was, but it was weird.
How often? I was like wanting to go into a voice, but didn't.
Okay, yeah.
But like, how often are you taking those like last two Motrin or
Yeah.
Advil, and you're like, yeah, dang it, you should be doing it sooner.
You should, yeah. I mean, ibuprofen it's a wonder drug. It's probably
wonder drug.
It's probably saved more lives than soap
Yeah.
or Joe Biden. This stuff is wonderful. I
It's
love it.
the most offensive episode I've ever listened
And Trump, okay?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, ibuprofen, my gosh, have some of that. Naproxen?
to. I use
Is that a
naproxen.
leave? I don't
I
ever
actually
use that.
prefer that one.
Do you? I
Yeah.
don't ever use it. I never have used it. I
So
don't think.
it works almost identical to ibuprofen. It's an
Okay.
anti-inflammatory, but easier on your stomachs.
Okay, yeah, I don't have an issue with ibuprofen. So aspirin, I don't know. Your grandpa probably still takes aspirin. I don't know. Nobody else does.
No, but have it because
Yeah, it's good for heart attacks and whatnot, right?
aspirin actually works super well for me, but
Does
it
it?
just eats a hole in my stomach.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. And then acetaminophen. This is
Like Excedrin's amazing.
Is that an aspirin?
Excedrin's aspirin, caffeine, and Tylenol.
Oh, okay.
The Tylenol just destroys your liver, but
Yeah.
the other two are working.
The other two are doing something. Yeah, Tylenol. It's another one that doesn't do much for me, but everybody takes it.
I liked it, but
I liked it.
I'm gonna
4 stars.
HIPAA violation against myself.
Yeah, sure.
I had like liver enzyme elevation
From
from Tylenol. I'm
Tylenol?
certain it was.
You'll never get
I don't drink.
insurance again.
Might have fatty liver though.
I had the same issues, but not from Tylenol. I don't know what it was from.
Oh really?
Yeah, remember my
Hepatitis.
liver enzymes?
Oh yeah,
I had an
that's
issue
right.
with that. Yeah,
You had some weird like viral.
yeah, I had some sort of a stomach thing. My
Made
joints
it.
and bones were all jacked up.
Here's some medical tape.
Here's some medical tape.
Wrap it around your liver.
Have a Pepsi. Antihistamines,
Yes,
Benadryl,
yes.
that kind of stuff. Loratadine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Loratadine is
Cetirizine.
Zyrtec and Claritin.
Okay, yeah. That stuff is great. I should be taking it
Benadryl,
right
like
now.
yeah, a lot of people don't get Benadryl because they're like, it makes me drowsy. It does,
Sure.
for sure. But it works like the best for allergic reactions and things like that.
Yeah.
It can help with sleep. It can help with headaches. Like
It's good
definitely
stuff,
get you some Benadryl.
Yep. Antidiarrheals. We're all pooping our pants, especially in the apocalypse. You got to have something to help with that. Imodium.
By the way,
Works
this is not
on-
medical advice again.
None of this is medical advice. Imodium. That stuff will help you in
Yes.
your belly.
Yeah.
Pepto. Good gracious.
Get as much of it as you
Wonder
can.
drug.
Yeah.
Love that stuff. Tastes good.
If anybody works with Pepto is listening, I'd
Please
love a sample pack.
send us a 5-gallon bucket of that
Seriously.
stuff. I want to drink it. Laxatives. Sometimes you can't. let
Man,
it
like I
rip.
think like this, yeah, the back and forth between diarrhea, constipation thing, you never have the meds for it.
Yeah,
It's
you know.
like have them on hand.
Yeah. You
Get
never
'em
know.
now.
Yeah. That you gotta have it. Other things to consider. I don't know how to say the emetics, anti-emetics,
Antiemetics.
emetics. Yeah. So this is nausea and vomiting. Like, what's the
Zofran's the golden drug.
Oh my gosh, that stuff is awesome. And we're going to talk about
Ginger.
Ginger. Yeah, we're going to talk about contingency medical, but that is a place where you can actually get Zofran as well as your
Oh, yeah,
antibiotics.
that's right. It does come in there.
So that stuff, that's a fantastic.
They even have scopolamine for motion sickness.
They do. Yeah.
Super awesome.
So that, I can't tell you how great that is that you can
I've
just
never
get that
used
stuff now.
scopolamine. Didn't you use it when you went to Alaska?
I can't
on the
remember.
boat?
I don't remember.
I know Chris.
Too
did.
long ago. I was fighting
Chris,
off
you're
bears.
listening. Tell us.
I
Tell
was
us how good it
fighting
was.
off bears with my bare hands. My bare hands. Antifungal cream, whatever that might be for skin infections and whatnot. That's gross, but you got to get it done.
Tough acting, tenactin.
Yeah, that's right. For your tussies. Antibacterial ointment. Cam's already talked
can't
about
have
this.
enough of that.
That stuff is, you just spread it on everywhere. I just get up in the morning.
Put it in your nose.
I put it on when I get up in the morning. Just everywhere.
After the shower. Just like
My wife putting on lotion.
killing all that flora. I
My
don't
wife
want it
puts
there.
on lotion down her body, and I put on antibacterial cream.
Yeah.
Ointment. Everywhere.
I ain't getting no bacteria today.
Allergy meds, that stuff is great too. You got to have all that stuff.
You do.
It's very, very important, okay? And then just remember to tailor your supply to your family and the needs that you have.
Yeah.
Think about the allergies or the special requirements or the babies and the children that you might have or somebody who has a chronic condition. Or
Think about bugging out,
yeah.
staying somewhere else in your wife's constipation. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen, so you got to figure it out.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That didn't mean you have it.
Nuh-uh. No.
But really, like travel gut,
yeah,
it's like it messes
bad.
you all up.
Yeah. And then again, think about where you store this stuff. Don't put it, in the kitchen windows with the plants. Okay. You need it in a cool
Under the oven in that
Under the
drawer.
oven, yeah, it's not a good place. You want a cool, dry place away from the heat and the humidity. So the sauna is probably not a great place to keep your stuff.
Right.
But in
Like the
in a cupboard,
bathroom ones really aren't the best. Like,
they're always humid. And
Yeah.
in there. So it's
Yeah.
just store it in a good place, and then regularly check the expiration dates and restock as needed. And again, contingency medical. Like we've always talked about ways to get antibiotics, whether it's like fish mocks or whether it's a trip to
It was always hard.
Mexico or
like you never,
you know what I mean? Like there's ways to do it, but now you don't have to do that. There are places like Contingency Medical who used to be a sponsor of the show. We still have a code that works. You get $20 off your order. So go in any of our link trees and you can see that. But you can get antibiotics. You can get other meds like Cam said, like anti-nausea and
yeah, they have like the big travel kit has all that stuff.
Has a ton of good stuff. So go check something out like that. Everybody should have one of those in their home kits.
Yeah.
Why not?
You get all the goods, man. It's like amoxicillin. I think it's Augmentin, and then you get doxycycline, Cipro, and Keflex, I think.
Yeah,
it's like great.
Perfect.
Great combo. Macrobid. I think you get Macrobid too.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It's just a bunch of words put together.
All
for
the
me.
good ones. Basically all the
stuff,
classes. Oh, you get a Z-Pack in there.
Oh
too.
yeah, you do, huh? Yeah, everybody wants a Z-Pack.
Everybody. Cures everything.
So let's talk
Yet
about
cures nothing.
Cures nothing. Your prescription medications. This is something, again, we've talked about so many times. Ad nauseum. I got to take a Zofran. We've done it so much.
Yeah.
But you need to have a backup plan of some sort for any of your prescription meds that you or your family takes on a regular basis, right? So there's things that you can do to help with this. Like you can have an alternative natural remedy or something that's obviously great. You can work to get off of them if possible.
Yeah.
But you also need to have a backup plan for those meds, like extras, right?
Those like natural remedies. I just had somebody the other day. We were joking. It was like they had like earwax impaction, and it's like, watch, they're gonna come in here and say, poured a bunch of rosemary in there.
Yeah.
And he came in, and that's what he said. He's like, we've been using. It wasn't rosemary though. It was like clove oil.
Yeah.
Which is good for teeth, but not for
Yeah.
that. They just dump anything in there.
Do people ever do like the ear candling stuff?
They do.
Does that work at all?
It can work, but it can also be
Detrimental.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
But anyways, so we're talking about a way to actually get a supply in your medical kit of this stuff, right? So there's some ways that you can do that. Talk with your doctor, number one. Say, look, man, I'm trying to get prepared. I want to have some extra stuff. Maybe they'll just be like, hey, we'll get you some extra.
Yeah, or they're
depending
like,
on
I
what
got
the med is.
samples that are going to expire soon. Like, take them all.
Yeah. And so
That's
like,
a generous one.
Yeah, you might as well ask to see what they could do for you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why not?
Yeah.
like you might as well. Also, check your insurance and the refill policy. Sometimes you can get refills ahead of schedule, so you have extras on hand at all times, right?
And sometimes the 90-day out of pocket is cheaper
It really
than
is.
the insurance. So
I have that
it's
with one of mine. It's the
so
same
it's
way.
like ask for the 90-day and ask for a cash price, or use GoodRx.
Exactly. And so then when you do that, just make sure you're rotating the medications. Use the oldest first. It's the same with your food in your pantry.
I'll take blood medication this week. Next week, I'm not going to take. I'm going to take
Take
stomach
something
pills.
else, whatever I can get. I'm just going to have Pepto next week and call it good. My heart will make it through.
It's fine.
It's fine. So anyways, that's just a good way to start to work at getting those
that's great.
prescription meds.
Yeah. Is that it?
Anyways, yeah, it's all about
Oh, you did. You
It's
get it all
all
in there,
about
didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Listen,
Okay.
we've been talking about some important stuff, and all of it falls into the self-reliant medical care.
Yeah.
So you need a book to guide you through. This book is the Prepper's Medical Handbook, and it's by noted wilderness medicine expert and survivalist William W. Forgy, MD. Look him up; he's a stud.
He really is.
He
a
looks
stud.
he looks super smart. Just
Yeah.
looks like it. He provides the basis of prevention, identification, and long-term management of survivable medical conditions. And he tells you when to return to the grid and what you can do if you cannot return to the grid. The book is organized to help you kind of find what you're looking for in terms of the emergency. You got a stubbed toe,
Yeah.
ingrown nail. It's easy to find in this book, and it's not full of a lot of confusing medical jargon. I have it in my Prepper Medical Library. It is the Prepper Medical Handbook. You can get it from Amazon or the preppersmedicalhandbook.com. You need to have it. This will help you a ton with all the stuff we're talking about today.
It's a perfect companion to when you're building this type of kit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. It even has the whole, the last 10 pages are
Yeah.
building your own facts.
It's fantastic.
So this one's going to cost you guys.
Yeah, just swipe your card right now. Okay? We're taking a little extra when we get to this section.
Yep. So I'm going to talk about a dental preparedness kit.
Mhm.
So this one just means saving money for all of the things that are going to be down the road.
Starting a side business.
Yep.
Just to make some money to pay for this.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So if you're planning on building a bunker and saving money for it, this is where it's going to be spent.
Yep.
But here's a few things that you can have for dental emergencies. And a lot of them, you're not going to be able to get in the dentist because they only work once a week. So you probably should have this anyway,
Yeah,
not
you
for an
probably should.
emergency,
Yeah.
like an apocalypse.
A pop-up lips.
You don't want it for the apocalypse, you want it for every day.
Yeah.
So a dental mirror, which is nice to kind of look around, see how far back your teeth go. It's pretty cool.
Goes all the way to the back. Looks good to me.
But you can
Yeah.
you can identify like lesions and stuff better,
Yeah.
see what's bothering your tooth. They have dental filling material that you can get over the counter.
That's crazy.
You mix it up like a little scientist, and you can fill in a nasty hole in your tooth.
Wow.
I
I don't think I have the guts to do that.
Yeah, it stinks. Like
Does it?
I remember my mom using it
Really? Wow.
like every week.
Just keeps putting it in there.
But it's pretty strong. But yeah, it holds. You know how you like tongue to death, like a fractured tooth. You're just like
Oh, yeah.
putting your tongue up in there.
Yeah.
Tongue it to
Actually,
death.
I chipped a tooth on the front, like this one right here.
Yeah.
In jiu-jitsu. Now it's like I'm constantly like,
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
drives you up a wall. So
you can go with my tongue though.
yeah. So yeah, stop tonguing it to death
Yeah.
and fill it. You can get some material to do that. I've saved you guys like a couple thousand.
Yeah. That's a Hyundai right there. All right.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
It's really good for oral cleanliness.
Yeah, sure.
Rinse it when you have cankers. Rinse it when you don't. You can have fun with it.
Just rinse it. Yeah.
No, hydrogen peroxide is really useful.
Sure.
Sometimes it gets like a bad rap. It's like, don't use it ever. It's bad. It's not great on your teeth, like to
Yeah.
continually use it, but it's good for oral lesions when you lose it.
My parents used to, like, if I got a cut, it was like, I'm going to
Hydrogen
pour a
peroxide.
gallon of that.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, I when I was, like, I was probably 6 or
Well,
7.
it healed Indiana Jones' dad.
It's true, yeah. It did, didn't it? I always think
That's
about
the
that.
coolest
It's funny.
scene. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, that's
I know.
cool.
I was like 7 years old, and I was going down this big hills called Exley's Hill in Montana, and I like didn't have a shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked freaking awesome. But anyways, I went head over heels over my bike and like slid like I was going into home. And
So
it
your
just
chest is, like,
my
all
whole
road
chest
rash?
was all road rash. And I just remember my mom put me in the bathtub
man.
and just pouring hydrogen peroxide, and like it like scarred me for life. Like now it's like I hate it. Like
Yeah.
I can't even look at it without going, ew, mom.
But you survived.
I did. I lived through
Let
it.
me see your chest right
Oh,
now. Is
God
it still
dang
there?
it. Yeah.
Do you still have your nipples?
I do have my nipples still, and they got extra hairy, I think, because of it. Unfortunately,
Triggered that hair.
triggered that hair growth.
Yeah. So, but yeah, hydrogen peroxide is a great thing to have for other medical uses too.
Yeah.
Extra essential clove bud oil. That actually is kind of a tooth soothing home remedy.
Okay.
Or a gel.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff does work. Numbs
Does it?
everything else, except for the canker. But
Yeah.
but you can
Yeah.
use it for a toothache. It sometimes can help.
Sure.
Man, and I put this like the braces wax.
Yeah.
I've used it a ton for like over a weekend. If you cracked a tooth, and instead of just going crazy with it, you can just tuck some in there,
Oh, okay.
and then you eat a potato chip,
Yeah.
and then you're like, yeah.
I was
just
thinking,
swallow it.
like, one of my kids has braces. What if SHGF happened and she had those braces on?
I don't know how you get them off.
What would you do?
Yeah.
Get out your Leatherman and just say, I guess we'll figure this out?
Yeah.
Get it out of there? I
Then
don't
it's
know.
like, I'll take all of your supplies and I'll take them off.
I'll take your wife, all your supplies, and the other 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I'll take off them braces.
And I'll take your teeth.
And I'll take your teeth and all your clove oil.
Yeah. Give me that clove oil.
And give me all your Pepsi.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Where's all that filling material?
Yeah.
I need it.
And that'll just get the top braces off.
Just drink some hydrogen peroxide. Toothbrush, toothpaste, obviously.
Sure.
The best thing is prevention, right?
For sure.
And then dental floss.
Yeah.
It's weird to think if you were in this scenario to
You
take care of
floss
your
your
teeth,
teeth, yeah.
but you better be doing it because it's going to be a nightmare if you don't.
Sure
Toothaches
is.
are the worst, man.
Yeah, they're not good.
So anyway, those are some supplies for you, dental.
So let's talk
needs.
about hygiene / feminine.
Some people don't have it.
Some people don't have hygiene. That's for sure. That it's a problem for a lot of people.
It really is.
And I know it better than a lot because of jujitsu. And people come in and I'm
I'm
just
sure.
like, did you shower like in March? When was the last time you did? Because this is not good. This is
Yeah.
bad, right? I'm like opposite. I shower twice a day, especially if I have jujitsu. I shower all the time.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be stinky. But
It's crazy. There are some people that'll we have to like close off the
Yeah.
exam room for like
Yeah.
hours because they stink so bad.
Ugh, it's a bad deal.
How do you not smell that?
I don't know. So let's talk about feminine products. If you have women in your house, in your life, you need to keep a supply of the feminine hygiene products all the time because they need it. It's very, very important. You can go like that traditional route with tampons and pads and all that kind of stuff, or you can go with like the menstrual cups. You're going to have to figure out what works for you and your family, but you've got to consider this as part of your preparedness plan, as part of your medical kits to keep.
Yep. Your husband can't embarrassingly go to Walmart and buy
Can't do it because it's not going to be available. So just
I
make
have
sure.
only had to do that a few times.
I think I maybe had to do it once. But anyways,
And I got her like
consider
a
that.
king size, like a diaper. Does that work?
Yeah. I just got you an adult diaper, baby. I hope that works.
I'm just like rolling it out on the floor. Is this the size?
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's a billion though.
I know there's a lot of different
I'm like,
choices.
holy
I
crap.
don't know what any of this means. But yeah, just make sure you've got something there, right? And then some other hygiene items to consider for your kit. Soap, obviously you got to make sure things are clean, right? You got to have clean hands, you got to have clean mind, you got to have clean feet and crotch and butt.
Yeah.
Make sure everything is clean all the time because it helps with medical issues, right?
For sure.
Toilet paper. Come on, man. Get your TP. You know
Some
that
people
stuff
don't know how
goes-
to use that either.
They don't. It's hard for people. Wipes, whatever kind of wipes you can get are great.
I love wipes,
Yeah, he likes them. Cam likes them. Why wouldn't you get them?
but they're so nice. A little bit of moisture, clean your hands right off, clean your beehole.
It's true. It'll do all of that.
My kids always have like the wet wipes, like flushable ones.
Uh-huh.
I'm always like,
I want to take those.
might as well. It feels
Yeah.
good.
Might as
It
well.
doesn't feel good. It's just easier to wipe.
It feels good. Cam's in there.
Now
like-
it's getting weird.
His wife's like, "What are you doing?" Just wiping my butt.
Just
Feels
wiping, just
good.
keep wiping up a butt.
Yeah, just feels real good. Hand sanitizer.
You're weird. Stop it. I ain't putting the wet wipes in there anymore.
Go get me some tampons. All right, come back. Hand sanitizer or ham sanitizer.
Or sand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer. Obviously, it's great for keeping sanitized in your hands.
Yeah.
But you could also use it as a fire starter. if you
Fire
had to.
starter, yep.
You can make some napalm maybe later on.
Exactly.
good stuff. Disposable gloves, like Cam said, any sort of gloves that when you're doing stuff is good to have. Trash bags.
Man, they're so important. I'm glad you put that in there.
Trash bags, man. If you got somebody who's bleeding out or,
put them in a trash bag.
trash bag, seal it up, deal with it next week. No, but you want to throw all that crap away that's disgusting and bloody and biohazard material. Like, you need to have a trash bag to put that stuff away. So
I was thinking if there's a pandemic that's like cholera or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nightmare that would be.
I don't want anything to do with it.
Dysentery thing. It would just be horrible.
That's like the worst.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, think so. I think it's the worst.
Yeah, that type of
thing. To clean up, like, I've heard like stories of like true dysentery. They just like put a 5-gallon bucket on like one of those tables that have a hole in them.
Yeah.
And that's how much fluid they lose.
That's disgusting. I don't like it.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I want to do half that.
Yeah.
Mine's been a lot better lately.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, me too. I'm super happy for myself.
Very happy for you. I'm glad that's getting better.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. It's almost like stress combined with oils. I don't know.
Stress and oil. That's a bad mix.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I am very picky with I don't like sauces on things because it seems to help a ton with my stomach. So.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, what sauces are going
to
set it off.
Alfredo destroys me.
Yeah.
I can't digest it.
The worst experience
I just have some for laxative use.
I ever had was Alfredo. So I went on a date with we had just gotten married, my wife and my buddy Dave. He brought it was like a first time he'd been on a date with this woman, girl, whatever. And so we were at Olive Garden, right? And I'm like, I go to Olive Garden, I get chicken Alfredo. It's what I like to get, right? Halfway through that meal, it was like the bowels of hell were coming up through my guts and wanting to come out.
It was just breaking down your intestines.
Yeah, and so I took a trip to the Olive Garden restroom, right? And I'm like, okay,
everybody else is in there. Alfredo?
You had Alfredo too? It's like wiping his forehead, coming out of the thing. So I'm like, I made it through that.
The
I'm like,
cook.
Exactly. Here, have a Pepsi. And so I'm like, okay, I might be okay. And then getting home, we all went home afterwards to play games. Oh my gosh. I had to go to the basement bathroom and I was down there for 45 minutes. And my wife's like, I'm up here with your friend.
You were married though?
Yeah, I was married.
So at least you're like, you ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. It was bad. Never. Yeah.
Yeah. That episode when I ate it, that Alfredo. One place had that same kind of thing.
I don't know what it is. Alfredo's just like milk and cheese.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
What's it made of? Laxative?
It is.
Like salt and laxative?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's just the milk in there for some reason. It messes with you. Anyway, yeah. Trash bags.
What were we talking about?
Trash bags.
No, sorry.
Dysentery. We went way off on all that.
Yeah. We got to Olive Garden. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Dysentery, formerly known as Alfredo.
Alfredo. Yeah.
So
I'd like to order your large order of dysentery, please.
One Alfredo.
Give me all the Parmesan you can put on there too.
Their Parmesan's great.
It is delicious. Yeah.
So a few other things I added in here just to include in your medical supplies.
Sure.
Medical library.
Yeah. Put it in there.
And other tools.
Mm-hmm.
So the tools, obviously, a blood pressure cuff.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm your mouth gets tired or something. A blood pressure cuff.
We haven't podcasted in 2 weeks.
So I will say, I've noticed after laughing and smiling, I mess up the words more.
Your dictation is off a bit, right?
Pressure cuff.
Yeah. Johnson Bones.
Johnson Bones. Yeah. A blood pressure cuff. A lot of uses. Checking blood pressure.
Those are great.
A pulse oximeter. Those things are super helpful in both relaying information to a medical provider or, at home to ease your kids or your wife's mind.
Yeah.
So glucose monitors are available over the counter. You can pick one up. It really wouldn't be a bad idea to have one on hand.
Okay.
So go get one.
Okay.
A thermometer, obviously.
Yeah.
Stethoscope.
Yeah.
So that you can listen to the belly grumbles. You can listen to the heart. You can listen to all kinds of stuff.
Your liver sounds
off. And you can
off.
look official with that on your neck.
Yeah, that's right. Just walk around the neighborhood and SHTF with that thing around.
Yeah, they're like, don't shoot him. He's
what
a
do you want? What do you need? Come on. I'll listen.
He's useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then an otoscope. So looking in your ears, you can get a real basic one that allows you to see if there's an ear infection and stuff. Because it's crazy how many people come into urgent care because you don't know. You don't know if it's an ear infection. So it's like if you have a way to look for yourself and know what you're looking for, you save a lot of money. I just lost a lot of money saying this.
Yeah, I know. You don't care.
Yeah. A pen light.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how hard it is looking in a throat with like a Creed light. Like you can't tell if it's red or basically just burning everything.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, those are a few of the tools that I think you should add to these kits. And for books, we'll just keep it simple. Prepper's Medical Handbook. And then the second one I would have is the Procedures for Primary Care. It's an expensive book. And if you feel comfortable doing your own procedures and that's something you're interested in, you have some medical background, this book is hugely important because it has like all the procedures in there.
Wow.
Removing a toenail, delivering a baby, same page. Those are two things on the same page.
It's doing it at the same time.
And then the Tarascon Pharmacopoeia to kind of know what medications are for what and what alternatives, if you take prescriptions, what you can use and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. So there's a lot of books, but those are three that I think are super useful.
And just like any type of basic first aid book is always nice to have.
My Medic has that on their website too. We have that.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
You should read it.
I've read it twice.
But no, it's good. Yeah. I think a first aid book is, basic first aid. Super important.
Yeah. So that's the Prepper Medical Supply list / kit. There's a lot to go over, guys, but this is just some really good options for you to consider as you're building your kits out. And again, this is great information for your home kit. You could utilize a lot of this for your bug out bag kit or your EDC kits. You know, so
customize all these little
you
kits.
can customize all of them. Yeah. But I got to tell you, today's podcast is brought to you by TacPack. TacPack is the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful professional grade stuff inside. Use our code CASUALPREPPERS. You're going to get a free $70 machine-made part. I was trying to hold that back. From Next Level Armament. I tried so hard. I couldn't. I had to stop talking. And
Your stomach's like, you say Alfredo.
Don't you dare do that to me again.
Coming up.
Don't you dare. Use our code CASUALPREPPERS. Get a free $70 machine-made part from Next Level Armament.
Man.
They're going to get that good stuff right to your hole.
I don't know how they do it.
Hole.
It's time for the
I
quick
said
and
home.
dirty
I meant
medical
to
tip.
say home. I wanted to say get to your hole. Yeah.
Your gun hole.
Yes, right.
So tourniquets, just a few quick little tips about them.
Okay.
Belts are not usually good tourniquets.
Okay.
So
Okay.
get a good tourniquet. Buy one.
Yeah.
A lot of them come in kits.
They're pretty inexpensive. You can
They
get a
are.
good tourniquet
But the
for not
Cats
much.
one, check that out. I do think it's a better tourniquet.
Meow.
Numerous studies. Oh, so tourniquets don't automatically equal amputation. A lot of time, like a lot of people thought and still do, that tourniquets, you're going to leave it on there for 15 minutes, they're going to lose their arm.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that. And they actually did studies that did show that if it was left in place for 2 hours, it's still,
Wow.
it didn't. Again, this is not medical advice, but these are studies that I've read. So, but 2 hours.
That's crazy, man.
And that's well known. So don't be afraid to use a tourniquet. They actually found that more people bled out because of that. But people were hesitant to use them, or they put them on and they didn't tighten them enough.
Yeah.
So, another thing, tourniquets don't cure all bleeds. Obviously, you got a facial wound, can't tourniquet your neck.
You can. It
You
just
die.
doesn't work.
Yeah. You must combine tourniquets with other bleeding control methods.
Okay. So make sure you're.
Tourniquet and compression,
Okay.
elevation, and all that stuff. You can use two tourniquets.
What?
Nothing says you can't.
Double your pleasure.
Yeah.
Double your fun.
Shut it right off.
Yeah.
And again, don't be afraid to use the tourniquet fast. If they're bleeding pretty heavily,
Yeah.
get the tourniquet on there.
Yeah.
Downside, it's gonna hurt. They
It's not gonna
hurt
feel good.
super bad. Yeah, because your leg's gonna go numb. It's gonna back up with fluid. I mean, it's gonna hurt, but you're not gonna die.
Yeah. Death, it won't come.
And even thinking about that, what's worse, dying or an amputation? Well,
That depends. Yeah.
Depends on what you're.
Yeah. No,
tourniquet.
dying. For sure, dying.
So, and a properly applied tourniquet is painful, and
Mm-hmm.
it's usually, if it's on for a while, they're going to need something for pain.
Mm.
So, don't reduce the tightness periodically to relieve pain and prevent damage. If you're like, oh, it's been on there a while,
Mm-hmm.
been on there 30 minutes, much higher risk of bleeding out at that point.
Okay.
So those are just a few things
Yeah.
on tourniquets. Don't be afraid to use them. They are super important. They can save lives. So get you one.
Get one.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. That's
Yeah.
our show, man. I'm so glad to be back.
Man, we just saved so many lives.
Feels good to be back, I'll tell you.
It does feel
Thank you for listening.
super good.
Thank you for subscribing. Again, we're getting a lot of questions. Are you guys Casual Preppers going away? No.
No.
This is going nowhere.
Yeah.
This is
This is the heart and soul.
This is the heart and soul of Cam and Kobe. This will never go away.
Yeah.
So make sure, you're staying with us. Stay with us here. Don't
I'd
bleed
lose
out.
interest if this was gone.
Don't bleed out. But we do have a new podcast coming soon. So make sure you go follow it and subscribe to it. This podcast is a secret.
Yes.
It's a secret no more.
It's Mindless Banner on steroids.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but just
Not
a little
always.
different. It's going to be a little bit different,
Yeah.
but it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. Anything else, Cameron?
No.
All right. Stay survived.